So good evening everybody and welcome back to FTRL. It is week 2 of season 20 and we are here at the legendary Spa-Francorchamps circuit for round 2 of Div 1. Now F1 didn't put on the biggest spectacle on Sunday. It was a bit of a walk in the park for Max Verstappen, so the FTRL provided with the action that F1 couldn't for real here tonight. Then we've got 16 cars on the grid tonight, all hoping to claim victory. Now some big noticeable absentees this week. Reigning champion Tico and his fellow countryman Mr. Dutch Tricks and Crims as well. 3 very big hitters are missing this week, which does open the possibility for a shock result. And we had a shock result in week 1 at Brazil. Interlagos providing late drama as the top 3 all came together in the first couple of corners, and it was this man right here, Graham, who came through to seal his first ever Div 1 FTRL victory. And what a drive it was from him. Great job to pick up the pieces as the front 3 came together. He then is your championship leader coming into this one then. We'll go on board with Max's sign then as we go for a lap off Spa-Francorchamps down into the source then for second gear corner. And then coming down the hill. Tied up against the pit wall as we head towards historic Eau Rouge. A little bit of a lift through there. Nice touch in there from the Aston Martin. Where will he go? Will safely inside. The DRS is open. This is the first of the DRS zones. Heading up then towards Lecombe. Got overtaking opportunity in the race. Trying to win Alonso and Hamilton. Very nicely then. Riding the curves. Now heading down towards Bruxelles. Try and stay tight as you can. Hook that inside curve. Over to the left and over to the right for Jackie X corner. The curve and all the run-up and down the hill now towards Pouon. Very easy to lose the back through this corner. Do not clip that curve on the inside. Do apologise, how's that? Tipping into campus. Let me just have a play with the settings because the game is quite loud, isn't it? Effects. Let's try that, shall we? How was that? Give me some feedback. That would be much appreciated then. Coming into the final bus stop chicane. It's not really a bus stop chicane anymore though. On the power, and the first lap time on board will be 1:43.4 from Max's side. That is good enough then for provisional pole at the moment. Telsborough, who was one of the stars of last week, crossed into P2 until unfortunately span out of that lead battle. He was having a terrific battle there in between Tico and Dutch. Keep that feedback coming, please. Thank you. As we'll go through, move the mic a bit closer, that might help. Maybe if I talk a little bit louder as well. Adamaka then on to provisional pole, 43.2 for the Alfa Romeo man, and Yarham quickly usurps in there with a 43.2 of his own. So the Alfa Tauri man, much better when not on board, right? Well, we'll try not to go to board too much. So then, good evening Max Def as well. I saw you there, Konnichiwa. I'm assuming you're still in Japan with that greeting. Hope you're well, my friend. Not drinking too much sake. Superman then goes now to the top by just 100th of a second. I think it's just the AlphaTauri. Slightly smoother engine. Ooh, sway. When the rumba rhythm starts to sway. Dance with me, come back you stud of a man. Hope you got my friends. Sim Super then ekes onto provisional pole there just by 100th of a second over Yarham then. So it's Simple Superman, who was involved in that Titanic scrap last week. And it wasn't until it all kicked off at the final lap. He jumped Tico in the pit lane with a late pit stop for a safety car. The rain came, they gambled on intermediates. It was the right call. And then we had a great scrap there after that safety car, which unfortunately led to a spin, well, a half spin. He lost his front wing. colliding with Tico's half-spinning car. And that all allowed Graham to come through for victory. We're going to go then, at the moment then, after the first runs for most drivers, Simply Superman on provisional pole from Johan Adamako is third, all of them within a tenth of a second then. Zach Maxi Simon is fourth. LRA Tom, P5, he's gone well here in the past. Then we've got Barcelona just behind him in P6, filling in for Tico tonight. Talesborough in 7th, Joe Corbett is 8th. Championship leader Graham in 9th, Wesker is P10. Then we've got Dan Morris 11th and Rom Elson on his return is P12 with Dylan, CR7, Matman and Tam yet to put the laps on the board. I think Tam is on a lap, so let's go pick up the Scotsman in the second Alpine. Missed last week after a power cut, so glad he's got his power back this week. He then winding along the back straight now, heading down towards Blanchimont. This fast left-hander here that's coming into now. Just the chicane to go. Is a very quick and tips in nicely. And the second part then, now sprint to the line. How's this lap time looking? It looks good. And it is fast enough, it is fastest. A 43.0 then, so Tam on to provisional pole. Tidy lap there from him. Anybody on that? There are a few people on outlaps at the minute then, so let's have a look at Matman. He'll be hoping to go better than the car he's piloting at the minute. And Lewis Hamilton, of course, his race ended a little bit further around on lap 1 on Sunday after a collision with Alonso into Lecumbe. It was around about probably where this camera angle is right now, so this is about as far as the Mercedes got in the race. Matman will be hoping to go a little bit further, but CR7 has just started the lap then, so we'll go on board then with the Portuguese man. Hopefully he's not distracted by a Benfica game this week. Flies up Eau Rouge through Radion. Car in front of him there should just give him a nice little tow. It's his teammate, so yeah, the two Alfa Romeos working together there. So 7 getting a little bit of extra slipstream up the top of the hill and into Lecumbe he goes. It's very loud on board, isn't it? Let's have a quick go at the settings. Is there on board mix? Yeah, hopefully that's a little bit better. Go on board. That sounds better. Hopefully that's a bit of a better mix then. So CR7 that into sector 2. Of course he hasn't set a lap time yet, so we can't see how he compares. Find out in 14.8 then as it comes through the second sector now. It's all building the speed then through this fast flowing section. Out of the Paul Frere corner. Just winding up towards Blanchimont. Through there nicely. Car looking nice and planted then. Over to the left hand side for the braking zone for the chicane. We're down the second gear. We go a little bit deep into the first part. Exits nicely then. This is going to be a good lap as well. Where does CR7 go? He goes second and a 43.1 then, so slots in between Simply Superman and Tam. And now we know CR7's very good here. Remember when he first joined FTRL, he had a Titanic scrap with Dutch Truck, which only ended when he span out on the final lap. But I think he did ride that wrong the next time it came round. So he's got good form here, and you think now he's going to give a tow to his teammate. Wesker, meanwhile, has crashed out at Lecumbe. So unfortunately, Wesker's session is over then. You see there, yeah, Alfa Romeo repaying the compliment to his teammate. To come onto the Kemmel straight, he will probably pull to the inside in a second. Lets his teammate go, and Adamako is on his way. Then Adamako currently sat P5, so both Alfa Romeos going well. Stay on board then with Adamako. Let's see how he's going on this run. Set just over 7 minutes of the session to go. Into the Jackie X corner. Plunge down the hill. Riding that curve on the outside into Pool, and that's brave because these cars, of course, are very sensitive to curbs. Into Campus he comes. Oh, he's invalidated his lap though, so unfortunately he would have been 0.2 of a second up as well. That would have been enough, potentially, put him on provisional pole. So that will be frustrating for Adam. That slipstream from his teammate worked out nicely, but unfortunately invalidated his lap. Will not be improving this time then. What about Simply Superman then? He is 0.2 of a second up. And that will be enough to put him onto pole. He'll also be into the 42s if he can keep that gap through the rest of the lap. Then the track rubbering in nicely now. Again, that esports line there down the grass, really frustrating to see. A little bit wide there through P1. He's very tight there on the exit. Straightening up as quickly as he can to get the power down. A little bit deep there into the first part of campus. And too wide then, tipping into the right hand now. Get the second checkpoint in a second, and he's lost a bit of time. Oh, and that will not be fast enough, so we'll need to find some time in the final sector. So lost a little bit of time in the middle part of the lap there, Simply Superman, and a bit up in sector 1. He's still up at his best time, but it will not be enough to take provisional pole. This is potentially a big week for his championship, because if he can get a big score with Tico and Dutch missing, that'll put him in a very strong position for the rest of the season. Sprint to the line. He does find some time in the final sector, and he does go into the 42. Simply Superman takes back provisional pole position. Great job from him then. Larry Thomas just starting out, whereas Barcelona, he is up on his lap. We've got a little bit further around. Dan Morris is a bit further around, but he's invalidated. What about Rom? Particularly pedestrian lap, 1.2 down, so I don't think he's in a flying lap. What about Dylan? Where's he's also significantly down, so we'll go back and pick up Barcelona, who is 0.3 of a second up on his best time. Then this will put him probably around about P6 against his old scrapping buddy from Div 2, Maxi Syme, currently P6 at the minute. He might drop in that gap between him and Adam Acko. Can he find any time in the final sector though? Potentially go 4th if he can find some time through this final chicane. Nice and tidy through there. Sprint to the line. Where does he go? He goes 6th then, so he does just jump ahead of Maxi Syme. Very impressive lap there for Ryman. Goes P6. Now let's go find where Tam is. He is down in sector 1. Only just. To find just over 1/10 of a second if he wants to retake that provisional pole. Just under 4 minutes of the session to go then. Running order is Simply Superman, Tam, CR7, Yarham, Adam Acko, Barcelona, Maxi Syme, Tom, Telsbrook, Corboy, Graham, Wesker, Dan, Rom, Dylan and Matman. Oh, did he lock a tyre? Or is he validated his lap there, Tam? So this is not the one for him. CR7 on a lap. What about Tom? He's just crossed the line. He goes P6 then, so drops Maxi Syme and Barcelona down. Onto the 3rd row goes Tom. Potential for him there to have a really strong result. He's gone well here in the past as well. Oh, Maxi Syme is off. Backwards into a wall. Red Bull man, and that is at Lecum. He's lost it, so not ideal for him. What about Matman? Where is he? He's coming then into car. He's coming out of campus. In end of the second sector there. He's yet to get a lap time on the board, so he validated his first run. This may be his one shot. Where is it going to put him? Through Blanchimont. Nice and tidy through there. The Alfa Romeo in front of him just starting to build a lap. Might get a little bit of slipstream here. Matman goes P15, jumps ahead of Dylan. Right in behind his teammate, right behind his teammate as well there. So those two almost identical lap times there. A 44.363 from Rom and a 44.389 from Matman. So just 200ths between those two. And what about CR7? Is his teammate ahead of him again? Up the hill he is. He's also got another car in front of him. Hopefully they're both going to get out of his way. No, his teammate goes past the Ferrari, I think it was. Will he pull over here? He does. And Kevin is up in sector 1. So that slipstream there, beneficial. Into Brussels. The Jackie Hicks corner now, another car in the foreground there. Will that aero wash be hurting him at all? We'll find out in a few quarters' time at the sector 2 checkpoint. Simply Superman still on provisional pole, the only man in the 142s. On that 142.9, Tam is second as Ilare Tom has finished his session. So he will not make it out for another lap. Currently P6. Sector 2 checkpoint about to come up then for CR7. He is up by 0.066. That will be enough to put him onto the front row. Oh dear, who was that? He just came across there. That was one of the Mercedes. Going for a little bit of slipstream there, and that car was going very slowly. They managed to avoid any major drama. Then can he find any time in the final sector? Nice and tidy through the bus stop. Gets the car straightened up. Power down. Oh, bit of wheel spin there. Is it enough? It's the front row. It's a 42.986. It's not enough for pole. So just misses out then on probably he's on the front row of the grid. Adamako just about to start his lap. His teammate in front of him again. So Adam was going quick enough to take provisional pole in his last run before he invalidated. What can he do on this run? Seeing that again, we're giving the draft up the hill. Corboy has decided. Oh, has he gone off? He's gone off at Bruxelles. Alfa Romeo's working well in tandem here. The slipstream down the Kemmel Straight pulls over. And Adam is 0.164 up in sector 1. So that's really worked out nicely for him there. Great slipstreaming. Great teamwork between the Alfa Romeos. Somebody spun off there. I think it's Rom. Also got Graham in the background as well. So both on hot laps. Session is over. We'll stay on board with Adam at the minute. We've got Yarm on a lap as well. Where is he? He's just behind Adam, so we'll stay on board with Adam for the moment. Is Graham coming around? No, Graham's further around, so yeah, we'll stay on board with Adam. Coming up to sector 2 checkpoint. A couple of corners time. And he's nearly 3.5 tenths up, and that will be enough for pole. Oh, it'll be close. It's going to be close. But could we have? He might knock his team off the front row here. He might get pole. Let's see. Just 2 corners to go. Telsborough is not going to improve, so he's going to start P9. Into the final chicane we go. Gets that car straightened up. Power down. Is it pole position for Adamako? It's not. It's only 4th. He's lost time in the final sector. Gray moves up to P10 with his run. What about Simply Superman? He's massively up on this lap. 4 tenths of a second. In sector 2, into the bus stop he comes. Dylan goes P8. Simply Superman improves by 2 tenths of a second, down to a 42.6. What about Tam? Out of the final corner he comes. Can he get back on the front row? He can. 42.9. And that, I believe, is your lot then. So it is Simply Superman on pole. Comfortably in the end then. Tam joining on the front row then. So Simply Superman strikes first. He takes pole position for the Grand Prix here at Spa-Francorchamps. Tam joins him on the front row in the Alpine. It's an all Alfa Romeo row 2 with CR7 and Adamako, with Johan and Tom on row 3. Barcelona and Dylan share row 4. Maxi Syme and Telsborough share row 5 together. Graham and Corboy, all Irish 6th row, 11th and 12th. Wesker is 13th alongside Dan Morris. Mattman starts P15 alongside his teammate Ron, who got disqualified for something, so maybe we saw this. So he parked up at the track. I think it only cost him 1 place though, so not too much loss there for Ron, but all to do from the back of the grid. And that's qualifying done then. What do we think for the race itself? We've got very closely matched at the front, 4 or 5 drivers. All with a realistic shot of winning this one. The Simply Superman could score big this week, open up a healthy lead over his potential title rivals. Dutch and Tico being absent, Crim's missing as well. Second week, so he'll have a lot to do when he does finally get onto the grid. Matt there with the a subtle hint, I believe. It's a very subtle hint. Duly noted, but you need to preach, don't preach to me. You need to preach to him. Preach to the choir, my friend, preach to the choir. So it looks like we've got blue skies greeting us for the race. Of course, last week it was blue skies to start the race, but the cloud came and rain fell late on, and it was a gamble between Inters and Slicks, which was the right way to go. It turned out the Inters were the way to go. It got wet enough. A few drivers gambled, and it didn't unfortunately pay off for them. Look at the tyres. Everybody on to start the race then. Head off then on the formation lap, and away we go then. It is Simply Superman on pole position in the Red Bull. He starts the race on the hard tyre. Also on the hard tyre is the man alongside him. It is LRE Tam in the Alpine, his first start of the season. He's been very quick before. Starting on the front row, got a great chance for a win here, or at least a podium. We're just starting second. He wants to be there. This man's got form around here. It is CR7. He starts third. He's on the medium tyre then, so he's going to go aggressive. Well, aggressive in the first thing. Nobody on the soft tyre, interestingly. It does look like a standard one-stop race. He starts third, as does his teammate. Also on the medium tyre in fourth, Adam Acco. So both Alfa Romeos doing a very good job in qualifying this week. Adam had a really good run last week. Sat very nicely about P4. Just behind that three-car battle for the lead. Between Simple Super, it was Tailsborough, wasn't it? I think it was Tailsborough. Was he fourth or fifth? He was just anyway behind the leaders, and unfortunately dropped it on the curb on the outside of turn 3. To put pay to his race earlier than he would have liked. He'll be looking for a stronger run this week. Then he starts P4 on the medium tyre. Johan starts P5 in the lead of the Alpha Tauris. He's on the hard tyre. Tom alongside him in the Aston. He's on the mediums. Barcelona starts P7, he's on the medium tyre as well. Lead Ferrari, P8, we find Dylan on the hard tyre. He very nearly got a podium last week. Look for a penalty. And putting his car in the wrong place at the wrong time. Gets shuffled back there towards the end. Trying to get around Simply Superman. But a solid P5 to start his season. Maxi Syme in his first start, he was on holiday last week. He starts P9, he's on the medium tyres. And Tailsborough in P10, he's also on the medium tyres in the McLaren. Why is it looking at the Red Bull? Graham starts P11, championship leader. On the medium tyre in the second of the Ferraris, with Corboy alongside him on the sixth row. He's on the medium as well. Wesker and Dan Morris have come together. They're 13th and 14th. Wesker starts on the hard tyre. Dan starts on the mediums. And then on the back row of the grid, we've got the two Mercedes, Matt Mann and Rom Elson, both starting on the mediums. So 5 drivers starting on the hards, 11 on the mediums. So some contrasting strategies to go. Cars starting to form up on the grid. Now Wesker's going to have a very, very slippery tyres to begin then. The hard tyres would have been sat on the grid for a while, cooling down. Look out for him early on, trying to get some heat into those tyres. Dave has come in with a prediction of Simply Superman, Tom and Adam. Tom or Tom? Yeah, he's gone for Tom. We've got 4, we've got 5 red lights, and the Belgian Grand Prix is go. It's a good start from the front row. Tam's had a good start, drawing up alongside Simply Superman at the run down towards turn 1. Up the inside comes the Alfa Romeos. Tam trying to go on the outside, but Simply Superman's held the lead. They're 2 wide, coming down almost 3 wide. They head down towards O'Rourke, just side by side of the run to O'Rourke. Who's going to back out of it? Anybody? Through goes CR7 into second, sweeps across the nose of Tam. Who's now going to come back at him, but the Red Bull leads up the hill for the first time. The Alfa Romeo slipstreaming down the inside of the Kemmel Straight. CR7 cuts across in front of Tam. Adam down the inside into third. So the Alfa Romeo is working together well as they start to hunt. Out wide there is Tom, who's up a position to 5th. Big loses Maxi Syme, he's down 3. Tailsborough, Graham and Corboy all moving up 1. They sweep through the X corner for the first time. Simply Superman leads from CR7 and Adamako. Then we've got Tam, Tom. Yarm is P6. Barcelona P7 and Dylan is P8. Tailsborough P9. Graham is P10. Corboy's 11th. And Maxi Syme is 12th, down 3. Not the best start. Dan is up 1 into 13th ahead of Wesker. And Rom and Matt have also changed places. I think Matt might have had a drama. Did see a yellow flag, and he is off the back a little bit then, so Matt had a drama somewhere. So Then sweep through the Paul Frere corner onto the back straight. Closest battle of the minute was this one here. Dylan and Telsborough right together as they come onto the back straight, sweeping corners, heading up towards Blanchimont. The McLaren looking for a way through. Won't find a way through into Blanchimont. Ball like around the outside there. Dylan covered him off, but into the braking zone. Down the inside comes the McLaren. Dylan gives him the room. Hell of the inside for the final corner though. Side by side as they come off the corner. Now it is a sprint along the start finish straight, but Telsborough I think is going to get the move done here. And he does. Good move there. Set it up nicely. And into 8th place goes the McLaren. And the yellow flag sector 3. Oh, Maxi Simons had a drama somewhere. He's dropped behind Ron Elson, and Matt I think has had another drama somewhere further back as well. We've got a 10-car trade. Oh, where was Dylan going there? Very wide out the top of Radion. That might give Graham a run. Barcelona and Yarham side by side into Lecombe. Yarham holds position for now. There's hard tyres to switch on. And then so the Superman then held off all comers, and he leads still by just under a second, and 0.8 of a second at the moment from CR7. He's got the jump on Tam on the run down to Eau Rouge on lap 1, then drafted his teammate past him as well down the Kemmel straight. He now sits third then, so both Alfa Romeos second and third. Great start for them. Tam down to 4th. He is on the hard tyre though, so the race will come back to him later on. He's now got Tom all over the back of him in the Aston Martin. Tam and Tom. Tom looking racy at the minute, looking for a way through. Oh, I think Johan had a twitch there. He did, and through goes Barcelona and Telsborough. Just caught the Alpha Tauri having a twitch. And the result is 2 lost places, and now got Dylan all over him as well. So on those hard tyres, still getting a bit of temperature into them. The braking in then for the chicane. Slowed down nicely. See if he can get those positions back. Fastest lap of the race goes to Simply Superman at 47.6. On to lap 3, which means the DRS is now enabled. And we have currently got a 14-car train. So 14 cars in DRS range of one another as they come down towards Eau Rouge for the 3rd time. Now Simply Superman is going to start feeling a little bit more pressure. He's holding them at our legs at the moment, but now CR7 will start to just close in down the straights. It's down to half a second. Sam and Tom still nose to tail. Mackie Simon is just out of DRS range at the minute. First penalty of the day goes to Wesker in 13th and Hasman. Looking up for 3-second time penalty. Big movers and shakers so far then. The biggest movers. Telsborough up 3. And Dan Morris up 2. Romolson up 2. Big losers so far. Maxi Simon down 6. Arm down 3. Tam down 2. But still a long way to go in this one on lap 3 of 22. Telsborough again looking racy. He's now closing in on the back of Barcelona in that Ferrari. He's looking very racy at the minute then. Didn't have such a good qualifying as he did last week, but his race pace so far has been exceptional. Up 3 places from his starting and looking to make yet more moves. Through Blanchimont we go. Tom and Tam close together as well. Tom not able to find a way through at the minute though. A little bit of a gap's opened up between Dylan and Graham. Start plunging down the hill, and so the lead 9 have now made a little bit of a break then. Graham's just off the back of the DRS train at the minute. Up front, still Simply Superman leads. 0.7 of a second is the gap, but the DRS will start to bring that Alfa Romeo closer again. Is Tom close enough? Everybody's got DRS though, so it's just kind of as you were at the minute. Corboy meanwhile has gone past Graham then for 10th, so Corboy into the top 10. And Morris right in there as well. So the Irish boys, 10th, 11th and 12th, or some 3 of the Irish boys anyway. Oh, down there with the penalty, running a little bit wide there on the exit of the Jackie X corner. Seems a bit harsh, but that's the second penalty of the race so far. So sweep through Pouon. That's just got Rom right behind him, and Maxi Simon recovering. After a couple of dramas, Rom thinks about a move there into Campus, not quite close enough. Is he going to go? Oh, goes on the outside and off into the gravel, goes to Mercedes. Oh, it's a shame for Rom there. Looking to find a way past Wesker, unfortunately ends up backwards in the gravel. And the Mercedes boys, as Sir Dave said, back where they belong. Into the bus stop for the 4th time then. Superman still leads them, but still very, very big train of cars behind him. Look at that then. All the way back to Johan Diller's now dropped a little bit off the back there. He has closed through the chicane. So we're back up to 9 cars in this lead battle. Everybody just kind of as you were. We've got a yellow flag sector 3. I think it's Rom again, the bus stop. That man going through. Did Rom damage his rear wing in that spin? You can see him just tap the wall. Oh, and is that a safety car? It is. So the safety car deployed. Oh no, Rom's been disqualified as he got stuck. So I don't know what's happened there. I don't know if he's had an issue, not being able to get going after his spin, but unfortunately, Rom has been disqualified, and that's brought out the safety car. So the race is nullified on lap 5. Too early for any pit stops, really. Unless the medium tyre runners perhaps want to get onto the hards now, because they will go to the end, so we might see some pit stops here. And safety car on lap 5 then. Unfortunately, Rom's spun and must have got stuck somehow. And then as unfortunately got disqualified, that's brought out the safety car. So unfortunately, it's our first time. It does help his team out though, so he'll now be able to catch the back of the pack. It also bridges that gap between Dylan and Corboy, so we'll be back up to a 15-car train. Nobody able to break away so far. We had 9 for the lead. Now, what do some of the medium tyre runners do here? Because we've got the option to pit here. It's a cheap pit stop. CR7 is going to take it. He is. He's in. In fact, so is the race leader. And the Macca's had to go round because he doesn't want a double stack. Now, this is potentially going to ruin Adam's race. Because he was looking very certain for a podium. Didn't want a double stack. And Matt has got himself a penalty behind us. So who's gone through? Yarham and Wesker have gone through. They're on the hard tyre still, so they're not under any obligation to pit. Now the question is, Superman, is he going to be able to make it to the end on those medium tyres from here? CR7 now going onto the hard tyre then, so everybody... Oh, now interesting, Barcelona's gone to the softs. Now that seems like a mistake, if I'm honest. He's the only one onto the soft tyre. Now he will be racy for the next few laps for sure, but I don't know if they're going to last until the end of this race. It's a big ask for those soft tyres. Safety car is out. We are being led around by the Aston Martin safety car this week. And the running order then behind the safety car on lap 6 is as follows. Adamaco now leads, but has not yet pitted. Yarham is second, Wesker is third. Also, those two have not pitted. Pole sitter and erstwhile race leader, Super Superman, has now pitted. He's now fourth. He's now on the medium tyres. And CR7, who was second, is now fifth. He's on the hard tyre. Tam, P6 now on the medium tyre. He's made his stop. Tom is now seventh. He's on the hards. Telsborough is now 8th, he's on the hard tyre as well. Then we've got Barcelona on the softs, interestingly. He has, as confirmed, made a mistake with the soft tyre L plan. Corboy P10 then, he has pitted, he's on the hard tyre now. Dylan is P11, second of the Alpines. He's pitted, he's now on the medium tyre. Dan is now P12 on the hard tyre. Graham is now P13 on the hard tyre. Max Simon is also pitted, he's on the hards. And Mattman has also pitted, now he's 15th and on the hards as well. And so 3 drivers yet to stop. But we are under safety car conditions. And I think we're going to go around one more time. Not have the notification, so yeah, one more lap behind the safety car. Just using a quick break to remind you that we're going to do this all again tomorrow. Div 2 back tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Same time, same place, this FTRL channel. And watch the Div 2 chaos unfurl. It was Ox just getting his toe back in the water to see how his pace was. And it proved that his pace is still pretty rapid. Comfortable victory for the Mercedes man. It was LRE Tom who got second then in the Ferrari filling in last week. And Barcelona rounded off the podium last week. Again, we were treated to a late safety car, which threatened to shake up the order, but the top 3 came back through. With some standout performances last week, Leonard Zekin with a great effort in qualifying. Can he repeat that feat this week? Also Callum, who's unfortunately going to be missing this week. Great qualifying from him. Didn't quite work out in the race, unfortunately, but encouraging to see some new drivers getting strong qualifying results. Well, it was a very, very wet session, so that might have thrown a little bit of a drama into the mix. We are currently under very blue skies here at Spa-Francorchamps, now on lap 7 of 21, so coming up to about 1/3 race distance. Behind the safety car after Rum has spun and got stuck. Unfortunately has been disqualified, which has brought out this safety car. I imagine it will be in this lap. So what can Adam, Yarham and Wesker do? They've chose not to pit under the safety car. Barcelona's also made a mistake by pitting. What's happened there? Dylan and Dan have just changed places. Dylan went off somewhere, did he? He's back in his car now. Oh, Mattman's had a spin under the safety car as well. So he's man caught out by those cold hard tyres. Very tricky to warm them up this season, or on this game. Now, we should hopefully get notification imminently that the safety car will be in this lap. There we go, safety car in this lap, right on cue. So, Adamako will start now to back up the pack. Let the safety car pull away, he will then begin dictating the pace. Can his teammate jump his rival? He's now on the hard tyres, Superman on the mediums. Are they going to get to the end, is the question. All the drivers are frantically weaving to build some heat into the tyres before the restart, especially those on the hards. Those tyres will be very, very slippery. When does Adamako pull the trigger? Might he go into Blanchimont here? Answer is no, not yet. Will he wait to the chicane? Seems to be the case. Going to wait until the last possible second then. We're all formed up. Now I'm just waiting for the Alfa Romeo man. Subpit. And away he goes. And we are off and running again then into the chicane. And racing action resumes on lap 8. Across the line, then Adamako leads into the pits. He's got Dylan as he got some contact somewhere. Oh, who's that? That's CL7 and Tam. So Tam going at CL7. These two went at it on lap 1. The CL7 got Tam, not able to get through. Thank you, Aaron. I look forward to it after the race. But Tam on the attack earlier. I thought CL7 might be attacking Superman. It's Tam attacking CL7. Of course, he's now on the medium tyres. Got a lot more grip. Maki-san goes past Graham in the background. CL7 just trying to switch those hard tyres on. Oh, wheel-to-wheel contact there. Superman to the outside of Wesker. Well, they were to find a way through. Superman eager to get on with it while his rival behind him are battling as well, costing each other time. Oh, contact! CR7 and Tam come together through P1. Through goes Tom, Talesborough and Barcelona. CR7 are losing 3 or 4 places there. Tam lost a couple. So was that an ill-advised move, or was there a legitimate gap? Didn't quite see, just caught the end of it. Adamaka then stretching away. Now his lead is nearly a second at the end of the lap. Yarm going with him. Then there is a gap back with 1.6 to Wesker, who's defending hard from Simply Superman, who's looking left and right for a way through. Got good traction at the final corner. Can he draw alongside? Can he get ahead? They are side by side, but this has got the inside. Simply Superman switches to the inside. Down the inside into the source. Through he goes. And that is third place. Wesker's going to fight back though. But the medium tire's got better traction off the source, and that is move done. Up Eau Rouge we go. Down to the Kemmel straight. Superman's going to have cars tucked around his rear wing then. Tom now on the attack of Wesker. Here comes. Is that making a move? Oh, around goes Barcelona. In the background, Barcelona's spinning off there, trying to go past the McLaren. And loses out several more places. That's 4 places lost, unfortunately. So Adamaka's lead now. Adamaka now out of DRS range of Yarham at the minute. Tom making the move on Wesker. And now Tam trying to follow suit, and Talesborough. It's got on the inside. Tam goes wide. Talesborough up the inside. Oh, Wesker slow through the corner, down the inside. Oh, and on the curve and around goes Tam. Oh, the Alpine's spinning off there as he tries to get around the outside of the Haas on the curbs. These cars just do not like the curbs. And oh, the Alpine man, big shame for him. And to start it on the front row. Now he's got it all to do from P14. Not a good race for Alpine at the minute, 14th to 15th at the minute. Simply Superman now closing down on Yarham, who's also in turn closed down on Adamako. The DRS has been re-enabled, and the fastest lap of the race from Simply Superman. Shows to the inside of Yarham into the source, but not close enough. The front 3 then within a second. And the gap of 1.8 back to Tom. Head down towards Eau Rouge. There we go, 3 ready on. Simply Superman's had a really good run then. He'll have DRS. So will Yarham, but I think Simply Superman's got enough momentum to get the move done. Uses a bit of battery as well, and into second place he goes then. So back up to P2. Now behind Adam, who's yet to stop. So Simply Superman looking very, very comfortable at the minute. Both the drivers around him have yet to stop. CR7 gets the move done on Talesborough through Lecombe. And that's now Corboy on the inside of Wesker to the back of the McLaren. Oh, contact with the Wesker. Round goes Corboy, unfortunately. Max's sign goes through. Oh, Barcelona's got caught up in that and he's lost his wing. And the safety car is out again. That's great news for Dylan, because he's a long way back at the minute. So now this could also benefit Adam a little bit here, because he can now make his pit stop. You imagine that the drivers who've not yet pitted will now pit. So Adamako, Yarham and Wesker. Barcelona's going to need to pit for a new front wing. And also get off of those soft tyres he didn't mean to go onto. Dylan, who is a long way back at the minute, so I'm not sure what's happened to him. He's now back on the medium tyres. Now does Adam peel off into the pits? Yes, he does. So he'll get his pit stop done. Simply Superman's in. Now what has happened to him? That's interesting. Oh, or is he in a pole sitter? What is going on there? He's going onto the hard tyre again. So maybe they weren't going to get to the end. He's gone back onto the hard tyres he started on, interestingly. So that shuffles the order. Now, what's gone on there? He didn't change his wing. So why is Simply Superman pitted for old hard tyres? Well, the order shuffles again. Then we're at half race distance, and now, and I jokingly said to him in the chat earlier, in our admin chat earlier, there's a chance of a shock result. Looking at you, Mr. LRE Tom. LRE Tom now leads the race. So running order behind the second safety car on lap 11. LRE Tom leads. He stops so he can go to the end from CR7 back into P2. Talesborough up to third. Maxi Simon, despite his early dramas, is now fourth. Dan Morris is now P5. Graham's come through to P6. Matt Mann's now P7. And Tam, after that spin, is P8. Now he's on the medium tyres, having pitted under the safety car, and he hasn't pitted. So, as the guy just said there, maybe Simply Superman didn't think those tyres were going to get to the end. Tam is taking that risk. Then Corboy's now P9. Adamako, having made his stop, is now P10. Simply Superman, having pitted, back out again, P11. Yarm's P12, but on the medium tyre now. Wesker's pitted for soft tyres now. Has he gone full Ferrari mode? We shall see. Barcelona's now back out on the hard tyre with a fresh front wing. Thank you for the shunt. Well, Dylan is 15th and catching up. So that safety car will work out very nicely for him to catch to the back of the pack. So second safety car of the night. The first one caused by the Mercedes getting stuck. This time it was the Alpine. No, it was a Williams, sorry, of Corboy, who went down the inside. And I thought he was going to make the move stick, but got on the curb on the inside. And around he went. Unfortunately, just dropped Corboy down a couple of places. Second safety car. Aston Martin leads Aston Martin, but one is the safety car. One is the F1 racing car, piloted by LRE Tom. He's gone well before. On a half race distance, he leads the race, and so Wesker's back in the pits, and I don't think he wanted those soft tyres. Let's see what he goes on to. Is he going to go on to the mediums? Indeed, medium tyres going on, so that's the tyre he probably wanted. For those in the stream, if you haven't already liked the stream, please do so. Thank you very much. For 13 of you watching, I only see one like. That is unacceptable. Keep on liking that. Thank you very much. That helps us out lots and lots and lots and lots and lots. Whoever just left, get your ass back here. Right then, lap 12 of 22, second safety car of the race. Brought out for a spin at this corner here. Brussels was Corboy trying to go up the inside of Wesker. Didn't work out, and then Barcelona was the unlucky one who hit the side of one of the spun cars as the unghosted, lost his wing. So that shuffled the order, so the running order is LRE Tom leads from CR7, Talesborough is third, Maxi Syme is fourth, Dan Morris now P5. Graham, last week's winner, P6. Could he look into another strong result as he did last week? Well, we shall see. Two drivers ahead of him have penalties at the moment, so at the moment he's a net P4. Mattman is P7. Tam, after a spin, down to P8, and Corboy after that spin that just brought out this safety car, he's P9. Adamako, who was leading the race, has made his stop now. He can go to the end. He's P10. Simply Superman, P11, the Earthwell race leader, but pitted again to get off the medium tyres. Did you think they couldn't get him to the end? He's now P11 with a bit of work to do. Yarm's P12, Barcelona 13th, Dylan's P14th, Wesker P15, and we are about to go racing once again. The safety car pulls away. Tom starts to dictate the pace. Safety car around Blanchimont. Getting to the chicane now, so Tom will want to pick his ideal spot when he wants to pull the trigger. I saw Adam go just before the chicane. CR7 right on the back of the Aston Martin. Careful of your front wings, everybody. Tom's gone. Tom's gone on the exit Blanchimont then. He's got a nice little jump there. And into the chicane we go. why they're stopping turning. I don't know if it's just a graphic or what, but very weird to see on the Formula 1 car. Then out the chicane, and we are racing again on lap 13. Tom leads us across the line. Telsborough close to CR7, then thinks about a move into the source. Not quite close enough. What's happened here? There's a big gap forming. Somebody's gone around. It's Matman. Oh, in the background, Dan getting a bit sliding out of the source. Oh, Matman's retired, unfortunately. I think it's just frustration, though. He's in the pits. And unfortunately, it is both Mercedes out. Tomlin getting a nice jump at the restart then towards Lecombe. Oh, the tyres up to temperature. There we go. For the back Simply Superman making a move on Corboy. So is Yarham. And he's into the top 9. Yarham on the attack as well. He's on the medium tyre, so he'll be quick. Oh, penalty for Tam. Meanwhile, a little bit further forward. Yeah, some gaps have opened up here as a result of Matt spinning out. Yarham now looking racy on those medium tyres now. He's only just pitted, so they should be okay to the end of the race. Especially with the lighter fuel. Oh, a bit of a twitch there through Poole. No, almost off the track, Yarham. Gives Simply Superman a little bit of respite then. So we've got LRE Tom leading by 7/10 of a second from CR7, who's got Talesborough right behind him then. McLaren man looking the most likely to make a move. Then Matty Simon clinging onto the coattails as well. Those four are away at the front then. A 1.2 second gap back to Dan Morris. He's then got a second over Graham and a second 1.8 seconds over Tam. He's a little bit spread out further back. So that Mercedes spinning off out the chicane, just split the pack slightly. But we've got 4 for the lead, and Dan trying to get there as well. Into the source we go. Of course, no DRS till next time around. Simply Superman and Yarm starting to make their way forward then. They're now 8th, 9th and 10th, having been 10th, 11th and 12th. Down the GT pit straight we go, up into Eau Rouge. Over the crest of the hill through Radion. Yarham's had a really good run there on the battery. Trying to get the slipstream. Simply Superman's gone defensive. Yarham trying to get the slipstream. Oh, Talesborough with a penalty now. So the man running in third has now picked up a 3-second penalty. Yarham pushing the Red Bull around through Lecombe. He looks quicker at the moment. Unable to find a way through. Oh, Tam spun again at the inside of Brussels. It's a big shame there for the Alpine man. He's shown great pace today, but that's all the way down to P14. And out of 7th place he goes. Tom still leads. 7/10 of a second is the gap. Talesborough now right on the back of CR7. And CR7 can afford to be... Can afford to let him go because the man behind him has got a 3-second penalty for track limits. And Talesborough looking very racy here. CR7 I think will have more eyes. No, Connor, he's not here. I don't know where he is. Him and Dutch are both missing today. So something's going on. Don't know what they're up to. Oh, CR7, big slide out the chicane. That might give Talesborough a run. He's got to the inside and through goes the McLaren then on the run down to the source. So the McLaren then into second place. That big slide there, just dropping traction. Gives the McLaren the run. And he duly grabs it with both hands and into second place. This is where he's running for the early part of the race last week. Before he spun out, CR7's had a good run though up the hill. Now with DRS as well. Now Talesborough doesn't have DRS. Defending the inside. CR7 trying to go around the long way. Give each other room, boys. Well done. Great move. CR7 back into second place. But Tom meanwhile has broken DRS. So the Aston Martin man leads. And he's out of DRS range of this battle for second. Which is now 3 cars because Maxi Simon is very much there. Dan Morris has been dropped. Anamako has got Graham. Now Anamako's just cleared. Graham in fact, so he's now up to 6th. Graham is 7th. Here comes Yarham. What's happened to Simply Superman? So Yarham has cleared Simply Superman. He's now down to 11th. So those old hard tyres just aren't giving him the grip he needs. He's behind Corboy in Barcelona. Dylan right on the back of him, and Wesker as well. A little bit wide there, Wesker through first part of campus. Through the ball, Frere corner. On to the back straight we go. Big train of cars, and so we've got everybody from Adam in 6th down to Wesker in 13th in a trade. Dan Morris in a bit of no man's land in P5, and then 4 for the lead now, because that lead of Tom's is down to 7/10 of a second. So everybody into DRS range again. We've got 4 for the lead. However, 2 of them have penalties. Oh, CR7 again, a big slide as he gets all the power out of the source this time. That gives Tom a break, and Tom's broken out of DRS range going up towards Eau Rouge. So that means that CR7 will not have DRS down the Kemmel Straight. Talesborough right on the back of him already. This should be a formality. The McLaren to the outside and just breezes past in a straight line. And with it, gets back within that magical second bracket of the race leader as well. So CR7 just sliding the back a little bit then. I've seen twice now, that's cost him positions to the McLaren. Of course, the McLaren does have that 3-second penalty, so CR7 will still be net P2. Oh, another big slide there through the Jackie X corner. Just on the edge of adhesion a little bit then. So front 4, sorry, LRA Tom leading. Half a second ahead of Talesborough. Third is CR7, 4th is Maxi Simon. They are your leaders. Then we've got 3.2 seconds back to Dan. Still a bit of no man's land. Adamako now giving chase, but he's got Yarham closing him down. Yarham on the medium tyres, of course. And we've got the 2 Ferraris, Graham in 8th, Barcelona in 9th. And they've dropped Simply Superman, so Simply Superman is just struggling a little bit. Is it tyres? Has he got some wing damage again? Have we missed an incident somewhere? We've got Dylan, Corboy and Wesker right behind him. So pole sitter, early race leader. It's just got away from him this one. Still in the hunt though. 2 Ferraris are within range. Fastest lap of the race goes to Talesborough then. He is now flying. And he is right on the back of Tom as they come to the source. Outbreaks himself slightly. A little bit of a wobble, but still very much in touch. And critically, he's now within that 1-second bracket and closing as they head down the hill. Up through Eau Rouge. He's had a good run. He's closing on the Aston Martin. On lap 17 of 22, the Aston Martin goes defensive early. Talesborough with the DRS, trying to go all the way around the outside and sweeps into the lead of the race. Talesborough now leads, change further back as Barcelona going past his teammate. The Ferraris switching positions. Here comes Simply Superman. He's now back into this battle. Wesker going past Corboy. Meanwhile, he's then going deep into Lacombe. And Corboy up the inside of him. Not quite able to get the place back though, not yet anyway. And Wesker holds on to the position for now. Oh, who's that? That is, oh, it's Dylan. Oh no, Dylan has gone around. Great qualifying, but unfortunately his race is just not working out for him. Well, the spin there for the Alpine man. Both qualified well, both ran well early on. Unfortunately though, they've both had a couple of spins. Now 13th and 14th. Talesborough now leads by over a second now, so can he pull away? He's got that 3-second penalty, of course, so Tom is still the net race leader. And Talesborough now start to push away. Tom, they're burning a bit of battery, just trying to get that gap back down to under a second. So we'll have DRS then as they come across the line. Does have the DRS. Oh, again CR7 has a moment out of the final chicane. Almost drops it. Drops out of the DRS range though. It's now 1.3 seconds. So Tom has a handicap. The Talesborough this time has a bit of a twitch out of the source. And that's going to let Tom close in. I'll have DRS then. And he is closing as they head through Eau Rouge. Lap 18 of 22. Tom continuing to close. DRS will pop open. However, I think he's probably too far back. Shows to the inside, but not close enough on the brakes into Lacombe. Stays where he is then. CR7 now under attack from the other Red Bull on Maxi Syme. Getting back to Dan Morris is now 4.3 seconds. Not able to hold the base, but Yarham is now the one giving chase, and he's cleared Adamako for P6. And now trying to close down on his teammate. And in P7, Barcelona is P8. Simple Superman has gone past Graham then, so back into the top 10. He's now 9th. Graham is 10th then. Then we've got Westcott and Callboy still battling away. So sweep through the Jackie Hicks corner. And unfortunately, the luckless Alpine pair. Dylan's in the pits. He's never going for fastest lap on a fresh set of soft tyres. Back with the leaders. Tailsborough still leads. He's 8/10 of a second. He's not been able to shake off the Aston Martin. Both of them very low on battery. That's CR7 has got plenty of battery. And he's using a bit of it then, trying to get back within that magical second bracket. He's bringing Maxi Syme with him. Maxi Syme also has a penalty though, so not an immediate threat. While the AlphaTauris are together, Johan closing on his teammate now. I feel it's only a matter of time before Johan goes into the top 5. Into the source then for the 19th time come the leaders. Crystal leading by half a second then. Still 1.1 seconds back to CR7. He's not been able to bridge that gap just yet. But still very much in touch. Still pushing. If the front two start to battle, he may well get back on terms very quickly. At the minute though, Tom seems happy enough to just follow around. Unfortunately, Dylan's gone round again at Paul Frere corner this time. He's underway again though. And Johan then has made the move on his teammate with the DRS into 5th place. And so Johan storming his way through the pack then. His teammate trying to come back at him then. Lacombe, but move done for Johan. He's now P5. And he's now got his teammate as a rear gunner for the moment at least to defend from the Alfa Romeo. But Barcelona has now got Simply Superman chasing him down. And Adamako up the inside of Dan. Oh, just escorts him wide through Pouon. That was a bold move. Adamako just about gets it done. Dan who pitted under the first safety car. Adam who pitted under the second. So 5 lap fresher tyres. Making that extra grip count then. Gets the move done. Just about got away with it. He knows he needs to stick with Johan. But Johan's got out of that second range at the minute then. So there'll be no DRS. Now needs to push. We've got a yellow flag further back. It is Callboy this time at Paul Frere corner. Underway again. Sticking then with the battle for lead, then on to lap 20 of 22 now. Tailsborough is your leader. But not able to shake off LRE Tom. Continues to hang on to the coattails. And with that 3-second penalty for track limits, it means that LRE Tom is your net race leader. And he is just keeping CR7 out of DRS range. That gap is now just over a second. CR7 has now taken off the advances of Maxi Syme. Through Lacombe they go. Now CR7 is now back within a second. They sweep through. Oh no, Tom spun! No, out of second place, the Aston Martin spins! And that was the net race leader. CR7 then goes wide through Pouon. Oh, the big opportunity for Tom, and he's just lost it. 2.5 laps from home. He'd driven superbly, and the back end's just got away from him through the Bruxelles corner. We've seen several drivers go there in this race, so he's not alone, but he's going to be absolutely furious with himself for that one. He's down to P5 now. He's in between Johan and Adamako. Which means now that CR7 is now a net race leader. Now, the gap to the leader is 1.7 seconds, so he's got 1.3 seconds to play with here. Tyre life is exactly the same. They're both on 14 lap old hard tyres, make that 15. So we start the penultimate lap then, so can he stay within that magical 3-second bracket? Maxi Syme now looking at a podium as well on his first start of the season. Yeah, indeed, crying face indeed, Dave. Johan P4. There's Tom. Look at this little battle that's got together then. So Dan has now got Barcelona and Simple Superman on the back of them, so those two have caught back up again. So we've now got a little battle going on here. Tom on Johan with the DRS. Down the Kemmel Straight. He's going to be absolutely fuming. Through he goes back into 4th place. Can he push to get back onto a podium? He needs to get within 3 seconds of Max's time. It is 3-second penalty. Let's just have a look. Oh, it's 5 seconds. So that's the pit lane speeding penalty then. So he needs just 0.2 of a second to get within the magical bracket and get himself back onto the podium at least. But that will be scant consolation for him. He knows this was a big opportunity with big hitters like Dutch, Tico, and Crim's missing, and Simply Superman down in 9th. Up front then, Telsboro's lead is now 2.1 seconds. He's pushing hard. Trying to get that gap up. It's CR7 struggling here. Callboy with a penalty yellow flag further back. Who's that? It is... Oh, it's Simply Superman's gone round at campus. What's the yellow flag pen? Oh, interesting. Right, so maybe it is. Well spotted. Mr. Eagle Eyes. So yeah, Maxi Syme on for a potential podium. Well, let's see if he finishes 5 seconds ahead. It doesn't matter anyway. So final lap then, Telsborough leads. 1.8 seconds is the lead. CR7 doing enough. Maxi Syme giving chase. LRE Tom in 4th now. Got Johan Adamako right behind him. Dan Morris just dropped a little bit away. But Barcelona's down the inside into the source. He's let Dan go, so suggests there was possibly some contact there. That's nice driving there for Barcelona. Telsborough, it was a brilliant drive last week, 10th. Overtaking a spun car. That might have been Matt Mann's car, wasn't it? You can see Matt go off under the safety car. Into Brussels for the final time, then 1.7 seconds is the lead. Simply Superman's gone back ahead of Graham at least. Or was Graham gone round now? Or was it Barcelona? Oh, somebody's gone round. Barcelona might have just gone round. Oh, who's that guy? Well, Simply Superman's off again. Simply Superman just having a bit of a shocker here. I don't know what's going on with him. Nothing going on with this man though. He leads the race. He does have a penalty though. He's pushing as hard as he can, trying to get the 3 seconds. Can he force a mistake out of CR7? So we'll have a couple of snaps at the rear end. So on the battery, the gap is 2.1 seconds. Into the chicane then for the final time. And it's going to be a victory on the road for Telsborough. What a great drive from 10th on the grid. He wins it on the track, but CR7 will jump him on penalties. A victory for him. Telsborough will get second. Maxi Syme crosses the line in 3rd. What about Tom? I think the gap's too much. Maxi Syme's going to hang on for that podium regardless. He does. Tom salvages 4th, Johan P5, Adamako P6, Dan Morris gets P7. Westcott will take P8 on the track, but gets jumped by Barcelona and by Graham, who finished 8th and 9th. Westcott ends up 10th. Simply Superman looks so good early on. He's just gone wrong from later on. He finishes P11. Callboy was in some good scraps earlier on, but a late spin has just dropped him away. He'll end up P12. Dylan, what could have been for him? A couple of spins, unfortunately, just meant that he's not really featured despite qualifying reasonably well. Does currently hold the fastest lap though, I believe. So salvaging that 1 extra bonus point. He'll take 13th at the flag. And Tam already across the line in 14th. Telsborough gets driver of the day, rightly so. 10th on the grid, crosses the line 1st on track. What's that? 1 track limit penalty, unfortunately costing him the win, and it is CR7 who is your winner from round 2. For a Man qualified on the 2nd row. 2nd early on, right in behind Simply Superman. As the pit stops unfolded, he is the one who managed to avoid all the chaos and any dramas on the right strategy, and it is victory for him. Telsborough, great drive for him in 2nd, and Maxi Syme gets a podium in 3rd. Great drive from him. Also had some dramas early on. So it just proves never ever give up in FTRL. perhaps this one can come back to you then. So your final classification, barring any stewards inquiries, of course. CR7 is your Victor. Talesborough second. Maxi Simon gets P3. The luckless LRE Tom, who was on for that victory. Unfortunately, only P4 for him after that spin. 3 laps from home. Yarm gets P5. That's where he started. Adamako comes home P6. He'll be a little bit disappointed. That strategy didn't quite work out in his favour. Dan Morris P7. Barcelona gets P8. Graham P9. And Wesker rounds out the top 10. Simply Superman. He'll be kicking himself for that one. It's P11 for him. Corway gets P12, Dylan P13, and Tam also started on the front row then, down in P14. The 2 retirements were the 2 Mercedes, Matman and Rom. Unlucky for them. Dylan getting the fastest up there, the 45.1. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a wrap then for Div 1 for another week. Then a much more exciting race than one we had on Sunday. I hope everybody who watched enjoyed it. If you haven't already liked the stream, please do so before you go. And just a reminder, we are back here at 8 o'clock to do it all again tomorrow. It is Div 2 live from Spa-Francorchamps or something, or the Spa-Francorchamps. That's the one I'm looking for round 2 of season 20 of that. And can we all claim victory? Because I don't know if Onclox will be with us this week. So opportunities for the title protagonist to come to the fore. Are we going to move forward? Nope, we're going to be stuck here for a bit. Cool. Love that. Right then, so that's the end of the coverage for tonight. Thank you very much for joining me. Always much appreciated. And I will see you again tomorrow, 8 o'clock, where we do Div 2. But for this evening, thank you very much for tuning in. And we'll see you again real soon.